Good evening. Thought I'd show you my Harbor Freight Mortiser from about 1998. So it'd make it about 20 years old. Central Machinery, item 37505, mortising machine. 110 volts, half horsepower motor, single phase. Actually has a serial number, but no date. This thing cost me $99 in 1998. All of my tools that I've had that long are in a little bit of a bad shape because in 2005 we put them in storage for about 12 years. And when you put something in storage that long, it draws moisture and rusts the shafts. And in storage, the retainer clip for this got broke off. I haven't found a way to fix that yet, but I haven't given up. It's a double pole, single throw action. I need to find a replacement switch or find a way to mount that, but I just got it hanging for right now. I just got this working for the first time since 2005. In storage, the particle board bottom plate broke. It was a fiber board, so I went and got some somewhat decent 3/4 inch oak face plywood and put on this. I don't know how familiar everyone is, but I'll go over it. It has this really nice chuck key. It forces it out. You can't leave it stuck in. It has this little thing that'll push it out every time if you leave it in, but it's extra long to get inside of this housing. I was getting ready to change this, so I thought I'd go over some of the stuff. The nut on the side that holds in the bit is a T40. So, and that just drops out. I'd already loosened the chuck. This bit had been used several times, but it's smoked. I've done everything I can think of to try to keep it from smoking. It's not very sharp, which I'm sure contributes to that. But I got online and I noticed in the official Harbor Freight video of how to use this machine that they're smoked. When I originally bought this, I bought this bit separate. It comes with its own set of bits. So here they are, a new in box 20 years later. So let's take a look at them. This is the 3/8 bit. Pretty neat, actually. Still sealed. I was at Harbor Freight last weekend. When you go to their website and you put in that item number, it pulls up this bit. Now they used to carry a lot more sizes, but anymore all they carry is just this one, which is the 1/2 inch. So that should be a direct replacement for what I had in there. I want to put the 1/2 inch in, but I don't want to install that new one. I want to save this. I want to save this brand new bit that I just bought for when I go do my next project. So I'm going to lay that to the side. That was $13. I thought that was very expensive considering this one, when I bought it 20 years ago, was $7.99. That might not surprise you guys, but surprised me. So let me find the 1/2 inch one and we'll put that in. This is the 1/4 inch, and it's in plastic. The 3/8 is in plastic, and these look brand new. You see some of that oil residue. Harbor Freight, to this day, still ships everything with this oil, thin coat of oil, and that's the dried oil. And I've seen that on a lot of the tools that I bought from them. If you don't clean them off when you get them, they dry out. Apparently these have grown moisture over the years. Didn't think I'd ever use these, but it's possible I did. What I'm going to do is take this one, which is the one I was using in there. It looks scorched, and every time I used it, it did burn a little. So I want to take that out. Used a hollow chisel. Put this one in it. Then put that in the mortiser. So what you do, put these together. Don't want to worry about that drill bit until you get this up in there. Now there is a hole in the side of this, and the directions say to point that in the opposite direction of travel. So if you have a board in here and you're moving the board this way, the hole should go this way. So I plan on moving the board this way, so I'll put the hole that way. You need to come down about 1/8 of an inch. You want to get that hollow chisel square to the back piece, and I don't have that. I'm going to eyeball it for now. I'll tighten this up. So there's the hollow chisel in place. Now I've got to get the drill bit up in there. And these drill bits are very sharp, and the ends of these are very sharp. So what I'll do is push that up in there into this. I'll open it up a little. You're going to need this. There's a drill chuck in there, and you've got to use this key to make it bigger or smaller. There we go. So hold that up in there. So this has a spring-loaded piece that goes in the chuck, so when you put it in there, it won't stay. It has to be ejected out. That way you won't turn it on while this is on there. There we go. The adjustment on this is kind of funky. This is a stop that lets you set how far down this will go, so you can limit its travel. This has been in storage since 2005. So as you would expect, this shaft has drawn some moisture and got a little bit of surface rust on it. I'll probably clean that up at some point. Okay, you loosen this thumb wheel, and this goes up and down. So you want to set that against that, but not tight, just a little bit loose, so you can still move the board back and forth. It sets this back and forth. This is the backer plate, and it's set rigid 90 degrees to this. So it moves with the backstop moves with the brace. I'm just going to drill a through mortise, and I'll set it right about here. Now I can slide this back and forth against the backstop, and I'll get a straight mortise. So let's give it a shot. The case for this, the retaining clip, is bad, but the switch is still good. Now it pretty much always makes that noise because it's up against the hollow chisel. I didn't get that square. I'm going to set that square. Let's try it one more time. Watch it eject the shavings out of this side hole. This is a rough demonstration. I didn't go down against the stop consistently because I've got a deeper hole here than here. But you should use that stop to get the same depth. I typically don't do mortises like this. This is a cutoff, but it'll show. I normally go down in a thick board like this. So I need to adjust this so that sits under it. Tighten that up. I need to adjust this so I can put the board I'm cutting against the backer board. No, the backer board's too narrow for that. Got a stray block I'm going to put behind this. Then I want to draw this down until I see this. It's in the center of this wood. Tighten that down. Theoretically, I can now do a repeatable mortise in this. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so there is a sample. This is 1 chisel wide. This one I actually deliberately went wider to show you that you can combine cuts this way to make a wider chisel this way, not just in a straight line. So as you can see, they both went to the same depth. If I was using this to make a piece of furniture or something, there's almost no clean out required. It would be a normal mortise with straight walls. Let me see if I can't do another sample. As you can see on that, the first cut is much harder than the second, and I don't think that drill bit is sharp. But there's a nice uniform mortise. Two passes side by side, both using the backer, are in line with each other. That would make a nice uniform mortise you could use for furniture or anything else you wanted to make. So as you can see, boy, is it messy. You could probably find a way to do dust collection right here. Wherever the slot is where you eject the sawdust, you want your dust collection to be right there. It would be a challenge, but it's doable. I touched that, and it is very hot. So what you're doing when you pull down on that is you're using the force of the bar to press those chisel edges, which are just razor sharp, into the wood, and that cleans out the edges, and then this bit cleans out the middle. So it might not be the best way to do mortises, but it is efficient. It does work. So there's a tool from the past. Most mortisers work the same way. This adjustment is shaky at best. You really have to take your time while you're doing this. Even tightened down solidly, it still moves a little. So you kind of got to be careful and pay attention to what you're doing, but it works pretty good. It's a blast from the past. 1998 hollow chisel mortiser from Harbor Freight. If you like the videos, please hit like on each video. If you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.